Hi, I'm Saku, and today I'm going to be trying out the Arrtx simptap acrylic marker set. This is the 48 set, by the way. This video is not sponsored, but I did get these markers from the giveaway from Ami Tori. She's an amazing artist. Please go check her out. And I'm really excited to try them out. And let's move over to me doing the swatches. Hello, so as I was starting to use these markers, I was very much struggling with the pump function, since it kind of felt like it was very hard to control how much ink was flowing out. If you pressed it too light, nothing would really come out, but if you pressed it like with medium pressure, way too much ink would come out. And I did that at first with the red marker on a different page, which is not on the recording, and I had to switch to a different page because it was like everywhere. So I had to switch to doing it over a cup every time I was using the pump so that it wouldn't get all over the page. And I still got a little bit of orange ink on it because it was dripping, but besides that, the pump is pretty good. The markers themselves are very smooth and comfortable to use. I didn't really have a hard time getting the ink to come out once I'd gotten the pump working. And overall, the colors are pretty good. They're very vibrant and are very easy to cover up mistakes with. As I said, I accidentally spilled some reddish orange on it, and later on the swatch page, I covered it up with another marker, and it covered it up really well, so they're definitely good for the coverage of it. And just some of the colors were a little bit similar, but it's fine. There could be more variety, but besides that, I don't really have any other problems with the markers from that starting area of it. I went to use them later after recording this video for another drawing, and there was a bit of splitting with the paint, and I had to do a lot of shaking and like using them on a separate paper to make sure that they were actually still working and were the original colors that I had on the swatch page. But it didn't take that long, and it's not that big of a deal for the actual markers. It's something that you can definitely get past and you don't really have to worry about too much. And overall, these markers have been pretty solid. So here is how the actual swatch page turned out, and with that, I'll get to the actual drawing now. These drawings I had actually prepped a few weeks ago before doing this video. I had made them as soon as I found out I was getting these markers, and I was very excited to use them. But I've actually been going through a bit of an art block, so I'm very happy that I made these drawings in advance. Lately, I just feel like I haven't been drawing as much, but actually today, as of recording this video, not in the drawing, I'm starting to get out of it and already recording another video, which I'm very excited for. I'm going to be also recording videos soon with some of my friends who you guys might know. I'm not going to say their names yet because you'll have to see it when it comes out, but I'm excited to do that. It's not going to be an art related video, so it's going to be a little bit different from what I usually post, but if you like One Piece, you will like the video. For any of you guys who don't know, the character I'm drawing right here, his name is Solus. I have several videos talking about him, and I plan to make more, but he is one of my OCs, and I love him so much. He's my silly Billy, and I really like how the first drawing came out with this one. I think I preferred the second one more of how it was as a sketch. Nothing bad about it, you know, it's just like, sometimes things don't turn out exactly the way I want them to. Overall though, I really like how they came out. It is one of my like few first times using paint markers. I don't use them very often of like just full paintings. Most of the time I use them as like accents on my alcohol marker drawings, since that's my main medium that I use. I like to do a lot of mixed medium though, so I'll use alcohol as like my base coloring, and then I'll add colored pencils and pens and paint markers, so it's really fun doing that. As I was using the markers, something that I noticed is that on the first layer they dried like really fast for most of the markers, but as I started to layer on more, it like they didn't dry as fast, which is a little interesting, but you just have to be patient. Personally, I'm not the most patient person in the world, so I accidentally a few times mixed colors and then had to grab a paper towel and like dab them so that I could restart. But you definitely want to just make sure that you aren't ruining your drawing by going too fast. I have been getting into watching and reading a lot of haiku recently, which I've always loved haiku, and I'm not going to talk about it too much in this video because the next video I'm planning on making is a haiku drawing one, but I don't know, I'll have to see how the drawing goes and if I scrap the drawing or not, but we'll see. I'm really enjoying it so far, and I'll definitely talk about it a lot in the next video if I do release it. As I said earlier, I've been having a lot of art block recently, which is really annoying, and it's weird because like I almost have art block like guaranteed at 2 parts of the years. Like I have it other times as well, but it's like at the times I kind of need to be drawing the most, which is one, this time of year. Most of my family's birthdays are in this time of year, and I always seem to get art block right around their birthdays when I'm going to draw them a present, and it's really unfortunate for that to happen because I'm trying to draw them something that like I actually like and I think is actually good for them, but most of the time it doesn't come out the way I want it to, and I just don't enjoy the drawings I do, which makes me really sad about that. And the other time is around Christmas, where I also make drawings for all of my family, and they never really come out that great. Sometimes I just don't do them because I have art block, and really I hate art block. Art block should die. It's really weird. I have no clue why it always happens, but it's regularly, I can't say the word, oh my goodness, regularly always around that time of year. And I wish I knew why, but I don't. Also, I know in my last video, I promised a video about Kai, my main character in Solus's world, but I don't know, I'm really struggling still with trying to draw his design, and I will make one soon. I will, I promise. I know 2 videos in a row that I'm promising this, but I just need to really figure out his design. Sometimes I'll have a character who I'll really like the character, and just overall will have been really fun, and just I feel like I've written really well, but then they just never can get a proper design, and it really annoys me because I want to be able to draw the characters, because when I draw characters it makes me more excited to come up with more things for their lore and makes me just want to do more with them, but if I can't draw them, it just makes that a whole lot harder. With Solus, I've pretty much liked his design since the first one that I made. He's gone through a few minor changes, but he's pretty much always had the same hairstyle, same bandana. I mean, his hair color, eye color, and clothes have changed, but his personality has never really changed. I've changed his lore a little bit throughout, like, past 2 years of having him, and just a little bit with his personality, but overall his main changes have just been, like, his hair color. He used to have brown hair. At one point he had black hair, but I don't know, I felt like it wasn't really suiting him. He needed something more chaotic to match him, so that's how I ended up landing on purple. Actually, one of my friends, she had only seen his hair, like, in a sketch before, had never seen it colored, so when she saw it, she was like, oh, I pictured it as a purple fading into white, or something like that. I forget exactly what she said, and that kind of, like, influenced me to, when I was deciding on the new hair color, that's what I originally did, where it was like dark purple and the tips fading into a lighter purple, and then eventually I was like, that's a lot of work to color it like that every time, and I just overall liked how it looked more in the solid purple, so that's pretty much what I just changed it to, and I really like how that looks on him. I think it suits him a lot. And with his clothing, I had to change it because it matched more with the lore of his world, and I just needed to make sure everything matched and fit right, because, you know, we don't want things to be inconsistent. But overall, not too much has changed about him, but just the right amount to where he's kind of perfect. And another character who I've had basically as long as I've had Solus Miyako, which is like his childhood best friend, I've been trying to get her design right forever. At one point I had one of my friends design her for me, but it still just didn't feel right, because like I described her completely wrong, and I'm still not sure how I'm going to draw her, and I'm really working on it, but it's just so hard to get it to look right. I don't know, I need to study more with character designs and try to finally make a video of me talking about them and drawing them. Maybe I'll make a video of me attempting to do character designs, and even if they're not permanent ones, just post it anyways, because I need to make a video talking about them at this point. They deserve it. All I talk about is Solus, but I love him. He's my boy. I don't want to not talk about him. I mean, no matter what, no matter whose the video is about, he's still going to find his way to worm it in. He's mentioned in almost every single one of my videos at this point. I can't stop talking about him. Almost all of my friends, even if they're not like art people, they all know about him. They like all know about him, and I show them him, and they're done hearing about him. Him in One Piece, that's all I talk about, I swear. I feel like I've just been like absolutely yapping in this video. I hope I'm not getting annoying. I've just been rambling. I mean, normally when I record a video, I try to stay completely on topic, but whenever I do that, it ends the video being like really short. And when it's short, I feel bad because like they're not long enough. My first video was almost an hour. I mean, it was a sketchbook tour. I have a lot to yap about with that, but I feel weird going off topic and just kind of talking about my life. And I mean, I don't really talk that much about my life, but still, it feels different doing it. I don't know, you have to tell me in the comments if you guys like this kind of style that I'm doing with all my yapping, because it's not normal for me. I'm enjoying it. It's nice. It's like I'm just having a conversation with chat. It feels cool. I really enjoy how the first drawing came out, and there's some parts of it that I really want to try to do in some of my other drawings with these markers. I overall want to start drawing with them more because I really want to get better at doing traditional art in general, because I do so much digital art now. For the longest time, literally, I've been drawing for over 5 years, and pretty much the whole time of that was all doing traditional art. I didn't improve majorly at it through that time because I wasn't really trying to improve. But then as I got to digital art and I actually like clicked with it and I actually learned how to do it, I started to improve so fast with that. And just overall got like better at it really fast. And I don't draw much traditionally at this point, but I would really like to draw more traditionally and just get better at it, because I feel like I'm just leagues better at digital art at this point, which, again, it's funny, because for the longest time, I was always saying I was better in traditional art. Now it's reversed, which is very odd, but, because it's really fun, you know, it's definitely a lot more expensive to do traditional art, but it's really fun to do it, and it feels very satisfying, and it's just so different from digital art that it's nice to have a break from doing digital art and just doing the traditional art instead. Which I should make more traditional art videos, because most of my videos are digital art. I believe I only have 2 traditional art videos, which one being a sketchbook tour, which kind of doesn't count, and then the other one was, you guessed it, drawing Solus. But yeah, it's really fun doing traditional art, and I have a really good setup for recording traditional art. In my first few videos, I did not, but I had recently got a new, it's not new, I found it in my garage. It is a nice tripod, not tripod, but it's like one where you clip it onto your desk and you can bend it however you want. So I have it bent nice over my desk so I can get a good overview and record it that way. I still do that sometimes with my digital videos as well, because it can be cool just to see me not just with the speed paint but actually drawing it. But it's a really nice setup, and I should definitely take advantage of it a lot more. As I'm recording this, I'm starting to feel like this video just feels like a stream, like I'm just talking to chat in a stream, because I'm going very randomly from one topic to another and just not really caring, you know, just talking to chat, having a good time. It feels very heavily like a stream. Would you guys ever want to have me do a stream? I think that could be fun, but I don't know if anyone would be interested in that. I hope everyone would, but we'll have to see. I think I've yapped a lot in this video, so I'm probably going to go into a speed paint for the rest of the actual coloring, but I'll see you when I'm done with it. Okay, so these are the final drawings. It's a little bit messy in some parts because I was trying to cover up some splots that happened. But overall, I really like how they came out. As I've said before, I'm not very experienced with paint markers, so I can't really say too much about these, but they're definitely better than the previous ones I used. And just overall, I hope I can get better at using them because you can see not too great. I just probably shouldn't have done a pen sketch for these, if I'm gonna be honest. But it's fine, and I'm happy with how they came out. And if you like them, make sure to like and subscribe as well. Bye!